Today we are going to reuse the tabletop of this table and transform it in this beautiful table with steel X-legs. What we first have to do is to remove this white base from the table. It is attached with these clips and there are about 20 of them, so I'm going to remove them first. So now it's time to mount the legs to the table. Next, we gotta make sure these table legs are centered. Now we can mark the holes. To mount the table to the tabletop, we are going to use these threaded inserts. The advantage of a threaded insert is that you can remove the table legs when you got to move the table. So what we have to do now is drill the holes for the threaded inserts to go into. We have to make sure it's a really tight fit, because if it's too loose, the threaded insert will get pulled out when you screw in the bolt. If it's too tight, the wood will crack when you screw in the threaded insert. So the way you can test if a threaded insert fits is to try it on a scrap piece of wood. So that's what we're going to do now. I got the size 11 wood drill, which I think is the perfect fit for this threaded insert. So let's give it a go. To drive in the threaded insert, it will be very hard to do it with a screwdriver. So I'm going to use a bolt, screw it in, and I got the size 13 wrench. So let's see if it fits. So I think that's a perfect fit. To make sure you don't drill too deep into the table, we are going to mark this drill with some painter's tape to make sure you drill to the desired depth. So I made a terrible mistake. I drilled all the way through the tabletop, but I'm going to fix it. So to fix this hole, we're going to drill it out to make it a little bit bigger. So to make sure these threaded inserts stay where they are, they stay put in the holes, we're going to basically glue them in with a little bit of epoxy. So I got this amazing tip from Brad from Fix This Build That. If you use a washer before screwing in the threaded insert, you will always make sure it's flush with the tabletop. Now for the epoxy, we're just going to use a little drop. As you can see, the rings don't quite fit between the leg and the bolt, so we are going to cut them down using an angle grinder. So that's a real great way to reuse a used tabletop. So as I said, the tabletop is free and I got the legs from my brother. It only cost me a 6-pack of beer.